bringing updates to the platform. They're coming out on a monthly basis now, and this time we're just going to take a look at what's been updated in Copilot for Sales. So if you've been working with Copilot in sales up until now, you'll have known that we've had the opportunities, leads, account, and knowledge sources. If you're not aware, you can add SharePoint and knowledge sources in sales, and that will allow you to pull that through when you're looking to pull in information about your records or related records. But we've got agents. Agents are in preview. So you can come in here and actually put in some specifics around what your ideal customer is and how to define leads. So you can come in and actually put in quite a lot of information, and that will look at information that comes in when you're receiving emails, when you're looking at any notes that are kept against records and other things in the timeline. But if you come in and you open the settings, you'll see we've got a couple of things going on here. So we can see who's going to access it. So maybe you don't want everybody to be able to have their leads show up with recommendations from the agent. You can put in some company info. So what I've done in here is I've put in the company name and company website. This just helps put some of your context around what you're looking for. It'll go and look at your website and help generate, as it says, that personalized content when you do your outreach. What's your value proposition? I was working with a fitness organization when I was demonstrating this, so you'll see you can put in some information around what you offer, and there's quite a lot of information you can drop into that area there. How frequently it refreshes. So you'll see you only have a couple of options. So high is once every day, medium is once every 3 days, and low is once a week. The reason why you consider this is because there is some pay-as-you-go scenario to this. So you do want to be aware of how frequently you're refreshing it against your volume of leads. Lead research. So this is out of the box. You cannot change it. You'll see it's read-only, but it will go and look for information in these locations here. So if you expand those, you'll see those are all the places where it will go and look for anything like a company name or a contact name and fill in additional information when it's doing that research. And finally, your qualification, your ideal customer. So in here, they drop in these fields that we've got here by default, and you can go and fill in information. So, you know, what industries are you targeting, size of your organizations you're focusing on, job titles, what are your target customers, where are they located, what's their size. Which is great. That's, you know, what Microsoft have given you out of the box. You can also go and add additional things into those specific areas, such as where you're targeting customers, but we get to put in custom criteria. So you'll see if you click on here, you get to look at your lead, but you can also look at related records. So if you are capturing some additional information, you've got related records against that lead file, or you've got additional information somewhere else that you want to be able to map to that, you can essentially add that in here. So we'll use the example that they've put in here. I'll just add a notes field, so, or description, I guess. So I'll add the description field because maybe that's where we're keeping that information. You add that, and so very much so you can add additional information. So when you apply those changes, you'll see that's actually quite a lot of context that you manage to get to help with your lead qualification here. And if we go into sales, I'll go into leads. Now, the interesting thing is, because this is a demo environment, I'm not actually getting the actions come through, but what I can do here is, let me go into this record here. When we go in, you'll see up the top, it would give any indication that it wants to show you up here, and you can go into more insights. And there's a couple of things you can do here. So, here we go. It's actually got an insight. It's a moderate fit. And it's I've attached this to a contact record, so somebody else in the organization, so it pulls through additional information. Who knows whom's about your internal team who's been engaging with this contact, any open opportunities. If I want to attach an account record, perhaps I do have an account in here that I want to pull that through with, you'll see what that does is that populates even more information that we can use to leverage against this lead. So it'll give you an account summary, a business overview, any finances if it's got that relationship, other contacts with that company, and if there are open opportunities with those contacts. So you'll see it's now refreshing that information because I've updated that there. So for the lead qualification agent, that's an example of how that works, how you link it into your records in Dynamics, and is just an example of how agents are coming into the system, can be tailored for you to work with things like sales, customer service, or even your field service engagements. So let's keep an eye out, have a look, and make sure we're engaging with your environments and seeing how they can be better leveraged using these tools that Microsoft are building by default.